So basically what it is, there is a Hello VR. No, actually not this one. Yeah, probably Hello VR. This is VR Scene 3, VR Scene 2, and the Hello VR. Or I'm going to actually change it to VR Scene 1. So the idea is I have this VR1, VR2, and VR3, okay, 3 different scenes, and I want to connect them using Scene Manager in Unity. Okay? And basically what it is, okay, it was started with Google VR demos, scenes, and there was Hello VR. So you probably remember that. So this one, like VR scene number 1, if I actually turn off this thing, okay, and well, like all these 3, I mean, this one was created afterwards. And then this one, Cube Room, if I just turn this back on, I mean, this is what it is. So you can see this is Google VR. Okay. So by looking at it, the player's position has been kind of changed. So that's why you look at it here. But if you change its position to 0, 0, 0, okay, this is something you will see. And then rotation 0. Maybe Y position was 1.6, maybe something like this. So now, as you can see, it is that cube or Hello VR we used it before. Okay. Then basically, in this case, what happened was you can turn off this cube room, okay, and then like free asset was used to create this. Like so here, low poly ultimate environment packs. Okay. So this one here, as you can see, okay, models wild, okay, and then there's going to be many different scenes like wild. Okay, this is wild. Desert, desert, island, some like glacier. So in a sense, you can download some environment packs. I can actually do that too, like free 3D town or environment. And then you will get like some free stuff. This is $30, too much. And where's filter? Pricing. I'm going to make it as 0. So now these are all free stuff. Okay. So low poly free vegetation pack. You can download it. And I will download it, and then actually I already made this tutorial, so I'm going to actually share this on Blackboard as well. So this one actually will show you how to create that like little teleport system. Okay, so I have this one, Okay, now downloading it. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'll kind of show you how to create fairly simple 3D environment. I mean, I'm not really creating it because I'm just downloading free assets and then use it. But you get the idea of how you can potentially create your own 3D environment. Okay, now it's done. So I'm going to import. And I'm going to import all. And then I would have something. So I have this low poly free vegetation kit. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually go back to my one of this VR scene. Here I'll just go to VR scene number 3. This is my VR scene number 3. I'm going to, okay, actually, oh no. Okay. I'm going to turn off these things. Okay. I'm going to turn off these things. So nothing. Now I'll just try to put something here. So there's scene. Well, obviously, I never used this one before, so maybe it's better for me to look at the scene first. Okay, so this is what I have. This is fairly crazy. But now there's a camera, directional light, CC, I don't know what it is, and then actually it said like a missing monoscript. I don't know what it is. Reflection probe and environment. So I'm going to turn off environment to see what this environment is. So literally, environment is this whole thing. So these are these things. So what I'm going to do, okay. Oops. Okay. Somehow I cannot click, or it just takes too much time. But anyways, I'll actually go to scene number 2 and check what they have. Don't save. So this is scene number 2. This one actually would be uses something to create scene number 1. So this is scene, this regular scene. This one is what we're going to use. So this one again, I can go in here. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to this environment. Then I'll just copy this. Okay. So now I'll go to VR scene number 3. Okay. And then here I'm going to paste it. Okay. And then I'll turn off this guys, like island thing. I'll turn this off. And actually, it's dark because okay, I don't have any light. So I'll keep this directional light. Okay. This is what I have. And now I'll like, play this thing to see how it looks. Ah, no. I hate this. But anyways, so now this is what we have. And technically not perfect, but you can go around this area to explore. This is a 3D environment pack. We just downloaded it. And then now our environment is really big, right? So what I'm going to do, I mean, you don't have to do it, but I'm going to go to my player and then look at my script. So here, if you look at it, there's a time, delta time times 150 and 3. So what I can do really quick is I'm going to do public float, and this is x-axis. So speed, rotate speed. I'm going to put it as 150 for now. And then public float, I'm going to say there's the z would be horizontal vertical. Actually, this one is the back and forth. So that's a speed, not rotate. This is speed forward. And this one, speed rotate, 3.0f. So the reason why I'm doing this is, and then I'm going to replace this one at speed forward, speed rotate. And I'm going to save this. The reason why I'm doing this is, now because I put this one, these two variables as float, I mean public. So now I can actually go to my player, and under here, under inspector, I can see the speed forward and speed rotate. So now I realize, because my environment is really big, rotate is okay, but forward, I feel like it's kind of too slow. So now what you can do, you can actually change this to like 450, and obviously it will be a little faster. Oh. Oh. And then maybe 1000. So you can kind of manipulate these attributes here. And now I'm going to save actually this one, save as VR scene number 4. Okay. So now we have VR1, VR2, VR3, and VR4. VR4 is a little too big actually, so it takes a while to be loaded, but we get the point. You get the point. So now I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to VR scene number 1, okay? And click on player. Okay. So this is what I see in VR space 1. Okay. This is what you see. And again, you can change this. You can manipulate this like 450 and play. Oh, actually, no. So it's a little faster now. Okay. All right. Anyways, So here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have little little thing that I'm going to use as something that will teleport my player to another scene. Okay. To do that, I'm going to have little. Let's see. What can I really use? Can I use some like prefab here? Let's see. There's mushroom. So I'm going to use this mushroom. Put it like here. It's really tiny. So 10, 10, 10. Then I'm going to put it somewhere here. So this is my mushroom. Okay. Something like this. And this is mushroom number 2. So now I have this mushroom right over here. This is my mushroom. So now I can just go through this mushroom because my player doesn't have any collider. Okay. So that is why my player just go through this object. So I want to put like collider. Okay. So you can actually go to I believe it's like physics, and you'll see these colliders. Or easier way, you can simply search for colliders. Okay, then you will see a bunch of colliders. And we're dealing with 3D, so I'm going to put capsule collider. Okay. So now we have collider. Okay. We put collider to the player. So now, theoretically, now we should be able to collide into something. Okay. Well, let's see whether it really works or not. Oh, we still go through this thing. Somehow, we still go through this thing. Anyone knows why? If you are taking Game 232, you should know why. Or if you use it Unity physics, you should know why. Any idea? No? Okay, no one says anything. All right, the reason why is we do not have rigid body. So for you to have that physical characteristics in Unity, you have to add rigid body. So now I'm going to put like rigid, and obviously this is 3D, so I'm going to put rigid body, not rigid body 2D, just rigid body. Okay. And then if you put gravity, if you select gravity, see what's going to happen. So because of gravity, the player got pulled down. And then luckily there is this plane. Okay? So that's why I didn't go any like farther, but I actually need to go up there. So one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to actually turn off gravity. Okay. Then now, I'll stay there. I'll stay where I started. I don't uh, I don't fall down. And then this one is a 3D object. Okay. So as you can see, what just happened was it actually raised now my player. And this is another 3D. Well, actually, this one probably doesn't have any collider. Okay. It actually they don't have any colliders, so I can just go through freely. But if this mushroom, we actually go over. So I'm going to show you once again. I'm going to, this time, try to collide into the mushroom. So I actually, oh no. What just happened was my player now rotating because I collided into this mushroom, and whenever I try to collide into that, I created that force, and that force bounced back from that mushroom, and then now rotates my player. So that's why it's rotating now. So now to avoid it, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to player, and I'm going to open this constraint. Okay? And then I'll freeze rotation. Okay? I'll freeze rotation XYZ. Okay? Now, play. I would bump into this thing. Well, actually, I went over. This is not what I wanted, but to do that, I mean, like one more thing I can do is freeze position Y. Then we're not going to change the Y value of the transform position. So I try to collide into this. As you can see, I don't go up or down. Same thing with this mushroom. So I cannot go up or down, but I only do this. Try to collide into this thing. Okay, so now let's try to do this. What we're going to do, we are going to use Unity Scene Manager. I'm going to bring this thing. Okay. We are going to use the script Scene Manager, load scene. Okay. So the idea is, whenever we collide into this mushroom, we are going to load new scene. So this one is, I'm going to save this scene for now. Okay. So this is VR scene 1. Whenever I collide into this mushroom, I'm going to go to VR scene 2, basically. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. So to do that, you have to understand this scene manager. Okay. So when you have multiple scenes in your project, you can load a particular scenes into in your game. Okay. So that's basically what we are going to do. There are many different ways to do. Okay. I'm going to give you like a one kind of practical way, one common way, the common practice that everybody use. Okay? So here, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to File, Build Settings. Okay. Well, actually, I'm going to remove these things for now. So what I'm going to do, okay. Well, actually, okay, I should have like erased that. But if you see anything here, just select that, right click and erase it, or remove selected scene. Okay. But anyways, I'm going to do add open scenes. Then this is what you're going to see. VR scene 1, 0. Okay. And then I'm going to open. Okay. I'm going to open VR scene number 2. Okay. VR scene number 2, I'm going to go to build settings and add open scenes. Now VR scene 2 is 1. In the same way, VR scene number 3, okay, add open scenes. Now VR scene number 3 is 2. And the last one, VR scene number 4. I'm going to repeat the same process, like add open scenes. Now VR scene number 4 is 3. Now, those scenes are stored. I mean, those scenes like the how to say we just created this scene ID 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, remember that. So now I'll go back to VR scene number 1. Okay, then I'll go to my mushroom. Okay, my mushroom had this mesh colliders. Okay, and now what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to basically use this trigger. Okay, so you can select this convex, or if you just use box, you will see this box collider and is trigger. So select is trigger, and then I'm going to add new script. New script, and then I'm going to put like teleport BR2. And then now I have this teleport BR2. Okay. And this time, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Unity, Unity, not scene management. What I want to, on trigger, enter. Okay. On trigger, enter. I think they're pretty much the same thing. What is this one? Okay, this one's fine. Like we're going to use this on trigger, enter. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do here, teleport VR2. We're not going to use start or update, so you don't have to use it, or you can erase it. But this time what we're going to do is, we're going to use void on trigger enter. Okay. Then you will have this on trigger enter, collider other. So whenever there's collision, we are going to basically open new scene using this thing, scene manager load scene. Okay. So we want to do scene manager, but here I type this load scene, but it actually doesn't recognize what it is. Okay. The reason why is this function is located or included inside of this package using Unity Engine Scene Management. So we have to put this using Unity Engine.Scene Management. And now, as you can see, the Scene Manager.Load scenes now recognized by Visual Studio. Without this, it doesn't know what it is. But with this, it knows what it is, meaning this particular function is contained inside of this scene management package. And now, scene manager.load scene, and you open parentheses, and here you can load scene. Did I SCEN? Yeah, correct. So you can just put number of the ID. So I want to put number 1 and do this. So this number 1 now means in build setting, number 1 is VR scene number 2. So what's going to happen now is whenever we collide into this thing, we are going to load scene like a VR scene 2. So I'm going to save this. And now I'm going to play this. And now I'm going to go to this mushroom. So as you can see, it just loaded VR scene number 2. Okay. So now technically we can create, let's see, something here. Oh, this is game scene. So I'm going to go to PR scene number 2. I have to save it. Yeah. I'm going to put, let's see, what would be interesting stuff? This flower. Okay. And I'm going to put 0, 0, 0, and scale like 5, 5, 5, maybe bigger. 15, 15, 15. So it's a little better. Oops. Where's my flower? Okay, my flower is here. I'm going to put it here. What happened to the texture? Let me see. Play. So I do not have my flower here. Where's my flower? Okay. So now, oh, it was actually right over here. So I'm going to put it a little high. It's right over here now. Okay. So now I should be able to see this flower. So my flower is right over here. So I'll do the same thing. I'll do exactly the same thing. Flower. Okay, select convex. Is trigger selected? Add component. So this one, if you can, supposedly you can, okay, let's actually do this first. I can do new script. Teleport VR3 and create a new, and double click, and I'll just copy this, paste it, and then go to number 2, and obviously I have to actually copy this and paste it here and save. Now, one thing you have to understand is it's not going to work at this point. Okay, I can do this, but it doesn't work. The reason why is you should remember that we are in different scene. So if you look at the player, okay, you don't have that rigid body and capsule collider. So I'm going to add collider, like capsule collider. I'm going to add rigid body. And then if you remember, I'm going to turn off this user gravity, and then freeze position Y and freeze rotation X, Y, Z. And now I'm going to play. And here, whenever I collide into this thing, now I am in VR scene number 3. So this is VR scene number 3. So another thing that I kind of wanted to show you is this. I can go to VR scene number 3. Save. I can do exactly the same thing, right? Go to prefabs, and I'll put this one here somewhere. And obviously I have to manipulate this position 0, 0, 0, and scale like 3, 3, 3, and then put it up here. Okay, it's right over here. Okay. So this one, okay. I'll do exactly the same thing. Okay, select convex is trigger and add component. I'm going to do new script. Teleport. But this time, I'm going to actually put teleport. Okay. And I'm going to double click. I'll do it slightly differently. Okay. So I'm going to copy and paste this Unity Engine scene management. Okay. I'm going to copy this part and paste it here. Okay. But obviously now, okay, as a programmer, one thing that bothers me is, okay, there's teleport BR2 and teleport BR3. They're pretty much the same, except this number. But it's not, necessary for me to have more than like one script if they are doing exactly the same thing. So what I'm going to do, okay, this time, I'm going to put it as next scene. Okay. It doesn't know what it is because I haven't declared yet, but this time I'm going to say public int next scene. Okay. And that's it. So I'm going to save it. Okay. And then actually now what I'm going to do, okay. So when I go here now, it will get updated with this next scene. Okay. So maybe I'll just go back to 0, scene 0. Okay, now it's scene 0. Okay, and then obviously for the player, I need to put capture collider, and I need to put rigid body 2D. Rigid body. Okay. And then turn off gravity, freeze position Y, and freeze rotation X, Y, and G. Now, I can go here, and now I'm back to VR scene number 1 because this one has that scene ID 0. So now you probably understand what I'm going to do next. Okay, so I'm going to go to VR scene 1. Now I realize, oh, mushroom 2, I really don't need this teleport VR2. So I'm going to drop it. I'm going to remove this. Instead, I'm going to add teleport. And then we'll just change this next scene as 1. Okay. This is 1. And now I'm going to play. Whenever I collide into this mushroom, I'll go to scene number 1. Okay. And the same thing for this one. VR scene 2. Flower. Okay, I'll remove this one. And I'll simply add teleport. The next scene will be 0, 1, 2. Okay. And I'll save. So now I can play and go here. Okay. This is new scene. And go here. And I can go here. So as you can see now, I have 3 different scenes connected with this teleport system. So whenever I collide into this object, it changes my position to other scenes.